Alright, today I'm just going to show you how to do the kneading process in a Vitamix, modern Vitamix. It could be a C series, G series, Ascent series, whatever. I have made whole wheat bread in the past, and I showcased that with a Vitamix 3600, and that's an old school stainless steel with the reverse. And I just showcased how to make a bread with that machine because those machines don't carry instructions nowadays. If you have one, you inherited one, and you just didn't know what else it could do, that's why I showcase my videos with that old style Vitamix, and they're a lot of fun to use. So this time I'm just going to go ahead and show just the kneading process on a modern Vitamix. I'm just making a bread just because it was a good idea. Somebody brought it up on the Vitamix users forum. They wanted to see it. And so this is going to be how it's done. It's very easy. Right now I have my 32-ounce dry container in there. I just used already pre-ground flour from the stores, 100% whole wheat flour. It's 2.5 cups in there. And I use a little bit of salt. It's about a pinch of salt, about a teaspoon. And I already have some yeast that's proofed. It's a packet of yeast or 10 grams of yeast you can use. Water is 1.25 cups. Very simple recipe with and 3 tablespoons of honey. Is it tablespoons or teaspoons? Let me just check here. It's 3 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons of honey, but you can add more or less if you want. But you need the honey for the yeast so that it can raise the bread. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we've got to do when it comes to kneading process is when you have the flour, you got to make a little hole in the middle, so that way you can pour the mixture, the wet mixture in there. So that's what we're going to do. And I need my lid. Just going to go ahead and do that. You're not going to see this procedure. Just raise it up to about 3 or 4 for a few seconds. Turn it off. Okay, there's the hole. It's right there in the middle. Where else would it be? So now we're going to go ahead and pour the mixture. The yeast and the water and the honey is going right in. Okay. Try to get every single little bit in there. All the yeast goodness. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill my cup with water again. That way I can keep my spatula wet for when I go ahead and scrape down the sides, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put our lid back on, and we're going to go to maximum speed, speed 10, and we're going to pulse the machine on and off. Just one time, real quick. Okay, and then you let it sit for about a minute. The purpose of that is to simply mix up the wet ingredients and pretty much suck it into the bottom and start mixing the flour and the water together. So now we'll just wait a little bit. I'm going to take my spatula, it's already wet, and I'm just going to go ahead and push everything to the middle. This is very easy, very fun to do. This, I can make whole wheat loaf of bread, this basic recipe, in less than 5 minutes. I used to be so good at this, it would take me about 2 minutes because I would have all my ingredients already prepped. 2 minutes, and then throw it in a pan and bake it. I'm not going to bake my bread today. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it into a loaf pan and let it rise, and just put it in the refrigerator. And I'm just going to bake it up tomorrow, some other day. This is just to do something right now because I'm bored. Alrighty, that's about a minute. So now, the way we do this is to leave it on max speed, but we're just going to go ahead and pulse it for 1 second 5 times. Okay, and then we'll scrape the sides down again. Here we go. Okay. When I do this with my 5200 that pretty much turns on instantly, the pulses are a lot faster. But no big deal. All you gotta do is just do that. Just follow that music of the Vitamix and we are good. So we just scrape everything down, push everything into the middle. Scrape them down and also mix it up too. It's kind of a two-in-one deal. You can see how the wet doughy part of the bottom is starting to mix. You just go ahead and do that. Alrighty, scrape everything off the spatula. Get it back down in there. And I like to just kind of push it a little bit into the blades there. Push it into the blades, put the cover back on, the spatula back in the water, and do it again. All right, same procedure, just take your spatula and just keep working that dough until it's nice and spongy and uniform. Not quite done yet, but it's looking good already. You see, that's it. I don't try to get every single last crumb of ingredients into the dough. I'd be here forever. I just do whatever I can do in the amount of time that I have. A little bit more water in this section here. I just dip my spatula a little bit and just kind of work the dry spots a little bit. Very easy procedure. Okay, at this point, I don't even need the lid because it's not going anywhere. So here we go again. There we go. It's already forming a dough ball. Already spongy. A couple dry spots in here. Now the way you can really tell when it's nice is when it's spongy like this and you don't have any dry spots. But there's a little dry spot there. All you gotta do is take the spatula, dip it in the water, and just kind of get that moisture in there. There it goes. Now if your dough is too dry, like I say, you just add a little tiny bit of water, half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon at a time. I do it with the spatula. Otherwise, if it's too wet, you just add a little more flour. A little bit at a time until it comes out like, look at that. That's already pretty much awesome. One more time. That's pretty much done. That's a done deal right there. I don't really have to do anything else. See how fast it is with the Vitamix? It's so fast. I would have never made dough ever in my life if I couldn't do it like this. Look at that. Perfectly doughy. Nice. Perfectly doughy. I'll probably just do this one more time. And then that'll be a done deal. It'll go right into the pan. One more time. Yeah. Yep. Looking very, very nice. Now, I work it a lot, but you don't have to. I'm pretty much to the point where I could have just put it in the pan before that last knead and it would have been fine. But look at that. That's how you know the dough is nice. Ready to go. It's just nice and spongy. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just gonna do the same exact procedure with the pulse and form the ball, and then I'm gonna get my already pre-greased pan here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the ball right into the pan. Here we go. Boom, boom. Turn the pan there. Turn the jar upside down, it falls out. Okay, and there's gonna be a little bit of overage plopped right in the pan. There's gonna be some overage there. All you gotta do is just get either your spatula, or if you have the blade scraper, you're in much better luck, because the blade scraper is the bee's knees when it comes to getting dough out of this container. You will get everything. Now I do have it. I'm just not gonna show it because most people don't have it, which I recommend, but all you gotta do is just kind of work the dough back and forth into a corner and just kind of scoop it. You just scoop it like that, and that gets added to the dough. And you just keep doing that. Work the blade back and forth. This is basically the same exact procedure, same exact recipe, everything that I've done in the Vitamix 3600, the stainless steel Vitamix. You can find it on my channel. Same exact thing. It's just a slightly different technique as far as using the machine, because those machines have reverse, and it allows them to do this procedure. The point of reverse gives the Vitamix the versatility, because they don't have a speed control, where modern Vitamix machines have the speed control, and you can do a lot of things just by changing the speed. That's the whole purpose of the reverse. All right, that's it. That's pretty much clean. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it like you would any other time. You just go ahead and fill it with water, and then just run the machine until all that dough goes away. And that's it. That's all it takes to knead a loaf of bread. And I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth this out. I'm gonna let it rise, and then I'll punch it down, and I'll wrap the bread in a saran wrap with, it'll be greased so it doesn't stick. I put it in the refrigerator, and it'll be ready to go for tomorrow or the day after, whenever I feel the need to have a bread. So this is 100% whole wheat bread. I'd like to use the wheat berries and grind them down, so I have all the vitamins and nutrients in there. However, sometimes all you gotta do is just go to the store, get whole wheat, 100% whole wheat bread, flour, and then just follow the recipe. Very simple. Bake it at 375 for about 40 minutes, I think. Let me look at my recipe. I have it here. Yep, 375 for about 35-40 minutes, and it'll be a nice loaf of bread. So that's it for this video. Like I said, if you want the whole recipe, just go ahead and look at my 3600 video, and this is exactly the same recipe. The only difference is the kneading process. That's it.